My name is Nancy Gail Fox, and I'm a medium for angels and for God, Jesus Christ, Virgin Mary, Mary Magdalene, Saint God, Lord John Lennon, Lord God, Saint George Harrison of the Beatles, and Richard Nixon, JFK, passed on American presidents. I have many speeches I've written for them on my WordPresses that you may read. I've been writing for them since 2009 and explain how slavery is run internationally. Now I'm channeling for you an angel explaining. I'm in my medium's being, Nancy Fox, Miss Nancy Fox, they call her, in China, Lithuania, Japan, France, Indonesia, and Pakistan. Pakistan is upset. They are very angry that she's not receiving her Stop Slavery job instructions from their country. People are sending job instructions and questions for her to ask me, an angel of mercy, here too. They are questions for us, for her to answer, to save people in their lands far away. They want her to have her notices in her hand and the money they send for her. It is all being looted and stolen by many crooks robbing her mail and money. They are doing this for 35 years to her, the Lotus on earth, they call her. We do name her a saint on earth, as she always is, as she writes by us night and day, and mind reads the criminals doing the slavery and reports it diligently for many years now to stop slavery internationally. This is human sex slavery, torturing. It is murdering and slaughtering. It is so horrific and barbaric, it is hard to comprehend it. She has to endure this horrible mind reading day in and out. She does it 24 hours a day, even sleeping, and she does see clairvoyant visions and dreams she has that are very accurate and has always had them since she was a child. And she is reporting day in and out. It is grueling work. It is very hard on her being to hear the Antichrist speaking, and she does type what they're saying. She has typed and written many, many pages that she faxed all over 2009 and 10, and then got a laptop, as she didn't have finances before then, for one, so she was sending it handwritten. And that's because they came and destroyed her life and took her down overnight at River Farm Drive, and that's her movie. She's also writing The River Farm Drive Mom, and that is the story of how they slandered her and framed her, the very best mother on earth, who does nothing wrong at all whatsoever, and we know that for certain, and she knows that for positive, and she knows she's the best mom, and so do her daughters. And people came and slandered her to take control of her money, and they are using lies that were overruled by Court Commissioner Augusta Hawkins, November 5th, 2009. They're using deleted lies that were deleted in the court to steal her money. And they are lying to banks and saying it's top secret. Nobody can know about it. They are putting all her money in top secret bank accounts, labeling them top secret, and nobody informs Nancy Fox of it. She refers to this as ID theft and has even gotten several factual tips that somebody lied there on her AOL PayPal email address, jane.smith99@aol.com. This Nancy's putting in here in the reading. We are speaking to you to stop them from hoarding this money. The money is for her to stop the torturing of humans. And anybody who is stealing it, robbing it, taking it, they will be arrested for massacring families. The people who do this human sex torture, slavery, murdering are very slick and keen-looking. They are conservative, and some are joking around, and jokesters they call themselves, and some are dressed in leisure suits even, and some are in very conservative clothing, such as Liz Claiborne or Macy's, Nordstrom's, and conservative shoes and loafers and socks, and they look preppy or yuppie, however you want to call them, and conservative, and you would never suspect them for being a pedophile, would you? And there are 59 of them raping babies, and 3-year-olds moaning in pain and bleeding from their privacy, and 5-year-olds and 8 every day. And that's the purpose of them covering the tips up. They are perps addicted to raping babies, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and 10, 11, 12 on up. And 59 are pedophiles, 39 are plain serial killers. They are antichrist, they are monsters, no regard for human life. They are not human. They are Homo sapiens, and they are serial killers, and they dress conservative, and they all steal Nancy Fox's funds that are hers to stop them. And they run around in her clothing, and the Antichrist has custom-made suits. He's 6'5". He doesn't have a tie tack, but he might have cufflinks, and he might have a fancy tie pin. He might have a diamond or a ruby. and he has custom-made suits, detachable collar, and he looks like he is really something, and very elite and soft-spoken, articulate, many of them are. Their vocabulary is very large, and they act very important, have large reports, and they look very grand as they are running around with Nancy's money. And the ladies are running around with her cologne and jewelry gifts and wearing her clothing. They are stealing her Bloomingdale's gift cards and exchanging it for their size. And they are running around the banks, lying they're a Son of God associate. No, they are the devil in Los Angeles. Nancy is the Son of God. She hasn't hired one associate. They steal all of her money and lie it's theirs and say it's top secret. Nobody can know about it. They have 5,000 ATM cards that is Nancy's money they're stealing. Around the world, they are spending it like crazy, like water, and they are doing this every day. They don't want Nancy to have money because they don't want her to stop the torturing of human beings. They are like Adolf Hitler. That is what they do to people. They pick a family, label them worthless, and decide to off them. Same way as Adolf Hitler offed the Jews. It is no different. They pick yuppie, blonde-haired, blue-eyed suburb types. Wonderful Christian, good people is who they pick. They pick the best people who are the best looking, who are voluptuous, who have the most money. And that's who they pick to murder. It is just like Adolf Hitler, but it's blonde-haired, blue-eyed suburb families. And that's who they pick. It's no different than offing the Jews. And they decide who to pick, and they rob their money and lie they're worthless, and that's how they do it. And they do it invisibly by people running around with Nancy's clothing. They steal her shoes, size 10, her clothes, size 4, 6, or 7 junior, and they steal her perfume, her Ristylane from a dermatologist gift card, Ristylane gift cards, serum, lotion, happy perfume that she loves, cultured pearls that she's wished for, as the world sends what she wishes for, as they have hardwire bugging on her. Then they see her walking across the street in a security camera or at Starbucks coffee, and they see she didn't have her hair and nails done, and she doesn't have new clothing on, and she has scraping up change for a cup of coffee, or can't even buy one sometimes. So how in the world can the gifts not reach her? Then they know the money isn't in her bank, as they see the overdrafts come up on her cell phone and on her email, because they are checking everything, and they are keeping a list of who's taking her money and gifts. Why hasn't she received her 50 car gifts? 10 are hers, and 15 each are her daughters. 7 horses are for Jessica Taylor. Ballet tutu, the Queen of England or somebody at Royal Academy of Dance sent Hannah Taylor from London many years ago, and a Belle of Versailles award also. That's for Hannah Taylor and her mother, if that's how you say it. And so are the horses for Jessica and Hannah and even Nancy, a slow one. They want them to have the royal lifestyle. They have commanded this since 2007. They wished for this 2005 when they sent $850,000 to pay the first off on her mortgage on River Farm Drive. That was stolen or paid off someone else's mortgage, and $850,000 was stolen. They wanted it all paid off near to nothing, and gated, and grow vegetables so they wouldn't get brain damage, build a ballet studio for Hannah Grace Taylor's Royal Academy of Dance ballet practice, limo to Rad Ballet class was the order, and to Agora High School was the order later, and it said recording studio / ballet / mother-in-law quarters, and here's funds to buy Denise Fox a Summer Shore Lane 1-story condo with a maid, and next door even, with an adjoining room if possible, or something like this, whatever is feasible, and a limo to Sherman Oaks to Ranchito, and here's money to pay off her Wachovia loan. And in 2009, here's $1 million for Denise Fox for a bodyguard, and all stolen from Denise Fox the elder. And since then, Nancy has written so many letters for money for her mom's lawyer to fight on her behalf, as she was taken down also. Her diamond rings were stolen in 2007 from Ranchito Avenue. Her will was stolen in 2009, and they did this at the same time they slandered our lovely medium, Nancy Gale Fox, at River Farm Drive. They told horrible lies to get control of her money. The lies were deleted in the court and overruled by a Saint Commissioner at Augusta Hawkins, November 5th, 2009. and she overruled the lies, and well, what happened is Nancy reported psychic tips, and she reported psychic tips and faxed them in, and was taken for a psych eval for psychic tips. The commissioner ruled her a concerned citizen, meaning a good Samaritan, who reported psychic tips in the event they could happen. A spiritual woman, sober long-timer, who's a saint on earth, we say, and she ruled her a concerned citizen in quotations, psychic dreams her whole life, long-time sober AA lady, sober more than half her life, and not a danger to herself or others, of course, a good parent who's concerned of her children and of citizens in America and citizens at Agora High. So she reported tips, so a tragedy wouldn't happen. And Nancy was released from Augusta Hawkins November 5th, 2009. And that was the ruling that DCFS did not put in their paperwork as they were supposed to, July 2010. And Nancy lost custody of Hannah Grace Taylor because DCFS sent incorrect paperwork to the court. And that's a fact. And they are using that incorrect paperwork to steal her money from every bank. And that is what they're doing, and Nancy's not receiving her income. They have been stealing her presents, mail, victims' money, best mom money, rent cash, fax line cash, computer cards, hair appointments, nail cards, shoes, and size 4 clothing, chin-chin salad, Maria's pasta, and C's Bordeaux candy, and floral deliveries $1 million worth, as they see her like Princess Diana. That is how the world sees Nancy Gail Fox, our Lourdes on earth, as a princess. And the money is sent because of her psychic work. And the jobs have been sent since she got her angel board to do readings, that she did it every evening and day sometimes. Her angel board came, the River Farm driveway, it was delivered, and that was summer or fall, it was July or so, 2005. And that's why the jobs started to arrive. And they were ripped off the front door of River Farm Drive. And they were ripped off from her real estate office building and from 5 places in Westlake Village in 2007, also from River Farm Drive, October 17th, 5th, 10th, 20th, somewhere in there, or maybe several times, job notices came with $10 million for her to stop traffic in the Conejo Valley. And it said to lease an office at the landing on the water, to do your angel board readings, hire associates to get your tips out, and she could go speak to City Hall of Westlake Village and St. Jude's Church and the Foxfield Park. And she could go speak out as a prophet a couple times a week or a month, and it said to buy 700 mansions for her associates to live in, to protect her and her daughters and her mother, and her Lord of Mercy was to also buy a Summer Shore condo down the way through the cul-de-sac so they could all go swimming there, and he was sent $2 million to protect them, and that was October 5th or 17th, 2007. His money was stolen. Denise Fox's money is stolen. Jessica Hannah Taylor have $80 million each bodyguard money that Nancy Fox, their mom, raised, and that is stolen and laundered into a top secret account or private banking. And that's money Nancy Fox raised to save her daughters. And they have $80 million each. They've had cars and horses stolen, ballet tutus, awards, and Val of Versailles award, and fan mail, and you name it. Movie deals, movie auditions, book deals, book publishing cash. The list is a mile long. 5,000 gifts a week are ripped off. 900 or 1,000 storage units full of looted presents that are Nancy Hannah Jessica's, and that is a fact. Rent cash, stop traffic office cash, they send to North Hollywood Arts District, hasn't reached Nancy's hands. That's for her to get a fast computer to get tips out to stop them from raping children and to stop them from killing white yuppie families, white bread families. Nancy refers to it as white bread families taken to black market snuff movies. And that's the line she sent out years ago as a tip, and to burn your thong underwear, and now full underpants are back in, and should be more so if you notice. And that's because she explained they traffic with I Spy, so don't wear thong underwear, and avoid showing your body alone in your bedroom or in the bathroom any way you can. Then they're not as likely to traffic you, are they? because that is how they do it, is with I Spy and framing and liars, stalkers and mail and money thieves and crooks and framing and brainwashing. 1,000 people they paid to brainwash our medium Nancy Fox. They are sending them around Westlake Village, North Hollywood Arts District, 7-Eleven, Joe's Espresso or Bob's Espresso Bar it's called, and the Pitfire Grill on Lancashire and Magnolia, Starbucks Coffee always, NoHo Pie and Coffee, all the coffee shops and restaurants, some, and 7-Eleven on Cahuenga and Magnolia down the road. They are brainwashing everywhere, so it leaks in, and then you don't know Nancy's personality, do you? What they say is a lie. It's a facade, because they don't want you to know they rape children, and they sell them, and they kill them round the clock. They don't want you to know it's a dead body selling business for the Antichrist. They don't want you to know they are like Adolf Hitler in reverse. They are offing the nice blonde-haired, blue-eyed families, just like they off the Jews, and tortured them and put them in an incinerator under the train station, some of them. They are like Adolf Hitler of the new millennium, doing this to blonde-haired, blue-eyed, voluptuous bodies, yuppie families who have money with framing. So the jobs are all stolen. In 2007, $10 million for Nancy to stop traffic in Conejo Valley with her angel board psychic detective readings. And that was her job that was stolen, to buy 700 mansions with her money, Son of God money, kept in Washington, D.C. Since a baby, she was to buy 700 houses, and she was a realtor then, a 10-year real estate agent, and a great one in Westlake Village. She was to buy the houses with her money and pick them all out and supervise, of course, as she's the buyer. So she was to buy 700 houses and buy a house on Lake Sherwood Drive in the Gates in the old part she loves, to sit there peacefully doing angel board readings, to be near Foxfield where Jessica rode, and money was sent for Jessica to show, and a show clothes gift card, also equestrian clothing for Jessica Taylor, and Nancy Mom would be nearby at the house on Lake Sherwood doing angel board readings in the Gates in the old part of Sherwood built in the roaring 20s. Then she'd have a house on Sherwood to do her work, angel board readings, to stop trafficking in Conejo Valley and send it to China and Japan and Indonesia, Lithuania, and the President of America. And the fax numbers were sent, and they were stolen, and she was to fax the leaders the answers to the angel board questions, and it was all stolen. And so she was to have River Farm near paid off and gated, grow vegetables so they wouldn't be brain damaged, limo service for her and her daughters and mother, and Lord of Mercy was in there 2007, and office at the landing on the water to work with associates, and a house on Lake Sherwood on the water, and to buy a ranch in Hidden Valley, and horses for Jessica, and on and on. It was all spelled out, a custom-made job for our leader, Nancy Fox, and it was all custom designed for her, longtime sober, spiritual saint, Nancy Gale Fox, our Son of God, the Lord is on earth. And here's money for your Lord of Mercy, Sean, your boyfriend, to be your bodyguard. Here's $2 million for him, $1 million for your mom, for her bodyguard service, and all ripped off. And $1 million a year was sent to U.S. Bank, Downey Savings it was named, and that was sent since 2005 for Nancy Fox for bodyguard service for her and her daughters and mother, and 2007 for Lord of Mercy, and for Will Stanley, later it said. So $1 million a year bodyguard money is stolen, and the people stealing it are invisible stings. And they are the ones stealing the money, and they are the ones paying the brainwashing teams. They are the ones doing the framing, the slandering, and robbing the money and mail. And around in a circle it goes, and since 2005, it said the Fox Taylor family is to live a life of luxury. And that's the order from every leader. So if you're taking the money or know anybody who is, you should tell them. They will go to every prison in the world for doing so, as they are hindering her workflow. And I'm an angel, and an angel of mercy is here too, and we are channeling together, 5 of us. We are the angels explaining this, as we are begging you to stop it, and to stop this greediness, hoarding money and mail that is Nancy Fox's. It is hers to save the human race, to stop a nuclear war attack that is set up by 11 missiles pointed at America. That she has typed diligently by Jesus Christ, that she did fax everywhere, 2009, 10, 11, and 12, and so on. And he did say 11 missiles are pointed at America. Nuclear war is set up. If you harm our leader, Nancy Fox, she is the leader of Stopping Slavery Internationally and not receiving her mail or money ever in her lifetime. And the money is sent to America for her safety. And the money is sent to Westlake Village to beautify it, to honor her with a plaque, so people would know to protect her and her daughters from the evil lurking around them. And money is sent to NoHo Arts District to have a plaque on Magnolia Lancashire in her name, so people know she's important, so no harm will be done to her body, mind, or soul, and so they don't hinder her workflow. And that's the purpose of the money, so she lives a long time. Longevity, herbs are sent, vitamin E oil, and so on, and foot massages, and you name it, they send it, and it's all stolen by the devil. And the money is so she lives a long time to stop more nuclear war attacks. And Jesus Christ did report this long before it happened, and now it is happening, and we are in the red zone in America. They are set up to attack the White House, sheriff stations in California. They are set up to attack banks, and many Citibank, B of A, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo, Merrill Lynch, any bank that Nancy Fox's money is in, is nobody's handing her a bank statement yet. Nobody's calling and telling her. Nobody's linking it at Chase to her Meeting for God DBA, and that's who the money is sent to. Nancy G. Fox-Taylor, Meeting for God DBA. That means doing business alone. As an individual, that is registered at the courthouse with the sheriff, stamped. That is her business, and that is her money for our words on her WordPress. And that is her money she has raised since 2009. And they steal every nickel of it. And her money is supposed to be linked to her checking account at Chase NoHo and her business account, Meeting for God DBA. And there's $800 million in a separate account that she has raised to save the babies, girls, teens, and mothers, and men, and the boy in a cage under NoHo who they are starving to death and molesting. He is 18 years old, and he is in the cage in a diaper under North Hollywood. He is under Morrison Avenue. He is under Morrison Avenue. Heartsuck, no. He is under Morrison, under a house, and he needs to be rescued. And that's also the purpose of the money they send. That is for Nancy Fox to rescue the slaves they have captured. And the people who are killing the slaves, they are the ones stealing the money. And that's how you can figure out who it is. And many are stupid, and many are naive, and many are believing their blabbering liar mouth and the brainwashing. So many are stealing the money, paid a salary, and they are clueless of what they are doing. So you shouldn't say a word about anybody unless you know the truth and facts. And anybody can call Nancy our Meeting for a reading or watch her YouTubes and read her WordPress. And all you have to do is call and ask her a question, ask her for a healing reading, ask her to speak for me, Jesus, as I am here in the reading in Nancy's body. And I am speaking now. Anyone can call and speak to me. They can ask me a question, and they will get the true story. And our medium, Nancy Fox, the Son of God, she will tell you the truth and facts, as she doesn't ever lie. So she is honest, and she is kind and sincere. And she doesn't step on toes. She doesn't hurt feelings. She wouldn't take a nickel from anybody. So she does not lie, and they do. And they steal the money, and they are intoxicated. And Nancy's sober. And she is in her 30th year of AA sobriety, and that is another fact. And she is sober more than half of her life, and the people robbing her money are drunk or wet brains, potheads, drug addicts, full-on ones with needles even. They steal her money with a notice from 1977 that says when she was underage, by the way, is the reason partially, and because she was partying in Hollywood for a couple of years in high school. So it says if she's partying, then you can oversee her money, and she's an underage minor. Well, Nancy is sober since age 25. She is sober more than half her life, and the people who steal her money are not sober. And that's the truth, and that's the facts. Nancy is sober, she is a saint, she is honest, and she doesn't lie. And that's her money she has raised to save lives, and she has raised it by typing and writing night and day and reporting it. since 2009, and every nickel is hers. It is hers to save the world. It is hers to have offices. It is hers to hire employees. It is hers to rescue the people that are moaning in pain. And I'm Jesus Christ here with the angels now. Would you please do something to stop slavery? That would be to get it on TV and play this, please. And please, would you please tell the banks you cannot steal Nancy's money? Would somebody please send her bank statements or call her on the phone and inform her where her money is? It is laundered, it is embezzled, it is plain old ripped off. They are stealing her gifts, cookies, cookie crumbs, we're seeing somewhere, See's Bordeaux candy, the food she loves, and the clothes she loves, and her colors she loves is what they send. It is all custom designed for her, like the job in 2007. That was spelled out for her, the angel board reader, psychic dreamer, spiritual woman who's meditating and visualizing, and working on her higher consciousness, and she gets tongue-tied sometimes speaking for us. She is a medium, and it's her money, and it's her job to save lives. And that's why they send it. And I am Jesus Christ, sounding very curt, as I'm upset. I am mad, and the priests need to know they should do an exorcism. They should be running to find the devil in L.A. And that is explained all in here. What are they wearing, and where are they, and what are they eating? They're stealing Nancy's gift cards. They're eating her gourmet meals they rip off. They're eating her See's Bordeaux candy gifts. They're stealing her floral deliveries, and they're stealing her mansions that are for her employees. And they're driving her cars that are gifts for her and her children. Her daughters, who are 19 and 22, thank you, God. So who is stealing the limos and the town's cars? They are in Thousand Oaks by the freeway, Lurline Drive, or Skyline Way, or they are by the 101 or whatever. They are in Thousand Oaks. Those are Nancy and her daughter's limos and town cars. And they're for their employees when they hire them. So who is stealing the cars and the Bloomingdale's gift cards and the See's Bordeaux deliveries and the floral deliveries, which should have stopped now? 1 million floral deliveries are stolen, $1 million worth. Size 10 shoes, size 4 clothes. Who's size 4 and size 10 shoe? Who's exchanging at Bloomingdale's? Who's lying there? A Son of God associate, as Nancy has none. Who is lying there? The Fox Taylor Foundation, as Nancy hasn't opened one yet. Nobody has informed her. Her money was embezzled into an account named this. So Fox Foundation, Fox Taylor Foundation, Son of God Associates, Medium for God and Associates could be called. No, she works alone. She's our medium. She writes and speaks alone. Is that how it has to be? She has to be alone, speaking, unless you're sitting there listening or in a reading listening. Writing, she must be alone, where she can't be interrupted or distracted. So she works alone, obviously, and doesn't have any employees. And if she did, and when she does, we should say, is it better be quick. She will hire them. She will print out the words we are writing by her. She will hand it to them. They will make copies. They will spell check a couple words, couple typos. They will print it out, make copies, and send it internationally, and fax it to the leader's fax numbers, which are stolen and never handed to Nancy. And so when they do this, turning this around is me, Christ our Lord. When they do this, it'll save many lives around the world, and the flow of money will be where it's supposed to be, and then she will hire people who are helping. And she will hand them her YouTubes, and she will record her voice, and in a recording studio even, and they will burn CDs, put labels, and send them out, and hand them out. And that's the purpose. So my words are out to the public, to save the babies, children, teens, and moms, and the son in a cage who's under North Hollywood moaning in pain in a diaper. The purpose is to save lives and stop the torture murder. And that's the purpose of the money sent, for her to hire people who will help rescue slaves, who will help stop them from capturing them, to help stop the brainwashing, the framing, and the looting. It is to stop them from raping and murdering, to close up tunnels that are linked, that go to houses. And so she will print out what we write and publish her books with the money,